Cowboys had offered Brandon Aubrey a new contract that would make him the highest paid kicker in NFL. According to those reports, the offer was worth of the $7.5 million per year. Another report even claimed Aubrey rejected that offer because he wanted $10 million per season instead. That kind of money for a kicker immediately caught everyone's attention. In today's NFL, playing a kicker that much is a major decision. While kickers are important, teams usually invest more money in quarterbacks, wide receivers, pass rushers, and cornerbacks. So, naturally, fans began debating whether Brandon Aubrey deserved that type of the contract. But then, everything changed. Brandon Aubrey personally responded to the reports on the social media. He reacted to the discussion about the contract rumors and used one simple word: fake news. With that single response, Brandon Aubrey made it clear that he believes the reported contract offer was not real. That means either the numbers were incorrect or the entire story was inaccurate. This is one of the powerful things about modern sports. Players no longer have to stay silent. In the past, athletes had to rely on reporters to tell their sides of the story. Now, they can speak directly to the fans through social media platforms. Brandon Aubrey did exactly that. Instead of releasing a long statement, he chose one word that sent a strong message: fake news. This situation raises an important question. Did the Cowboys actually make an offer? If they did, was the amount different? Are negotiations still ongoing behind the scenes? We do not know yet full truth. However, what we do now is that Brandon Aubrey has been one of the most accurate kickers in football, especially from long distance. Many fans believe he is among the top 1% of the kickers in the recent because if his ability to consistently make kicks from the 55 yards and beyond. When you have a weapon like that, it changes how you call plays. Coaches become more confident knowing that if the offense reach midfield, they are already close to the field goal range. That type of the reliability is variable. While the contract story develops, there is also important news about Cowboys offense heading into 2026 season. Last season, under head coach Brian Schottenheimer and offensive coordinator Clayton Adams, the offense was one of the most productive units in the league. It surprised many people because the coaching staff was new and somewhat unpredictable. In their first season together, opposing teams did not have much film to study. That gave Dallas an advantage. Last season. But now, entering in year, two things are different. Defensive coordinator across the league have had an entire off-season to analyze what the Cowboys like to do. Clayton Adams understands this challenge. He recently explained that repeating the last year exactly strategy would be a mistake. In his words, simply running it back is the worst mindset a team can have. In the National Football League, if you do not improve, you fall behind. There are too many talented players and intelligent coaches for the team to stay predictable and still succeed. Adams said the Cowboys must seek the edge. That means constantly looking for the small advantage. It means adjusting formation, designing new plays, and understanding how defenses are preparing to stop them. One interesting detail is that Adams gained insights from the interview conducted during the search for a new defensive coordinator, listening to how opposing coaches planned to defend Dallas gave him a new idea on how to attack in the future. Is also turning toward to the upcoming National Football League draft. One name connected to the Cowboys is Texas A&M edge rusher Cassius Howell. Howell recently spoke about meeting with the Cowboys during the pre-draft process. He explained that the team is installed on a small portion of their defensive system. During his interview to test his understanding, Howell believes he could adapt well to 3-4 defensive scheme at the professional level. For the fans in Texas, the idea of the Texas A&M player joining the Cowboys would be exciting. Staying in Texas and playing for the American team would create strong connection between college supporters and professional franchise. In addition, however, several mock drafts are beginning to show pattern regarding what Dallas might do in the first round. Analysts such as Mary Kipper from the ESPN and Gennaro Ferris from the NFL Football League.com are projecting that Cowboys could select Louisiana State University cornerback Mansour Delane with the 12th overall pick. Cornerback is considered a major need for the Dallas after struggling as in a pass defense last season. The team allowed over 250 passing yards per game. That statistics alone shows how important it is strengthening that secondary. Delane is described as a smooth, intelligent, and very effective in coverage. Some reports says he allowed only 163 yards during the entire season, which is an extremely impressive number. If the Cowboys select Mansour Delane, it would signal a strong commitment in fixing their defensive weakness. Later in the first round, at pick number 20, some projections have Dallas selecting Miami edge rusher Akehemi Mesdol. After a recent roster changes, the potential free agents losses, the Cowboys may need additional pass rusher help. Mesdol brings experience, maturity, and a polished set of the pass rushing moves. Although he is slightly older than some prospects, his experience could allow him to contribute immediately. All of these storylines shows that Cowboys are at critical points. They are balancing contract regulation negotiations with the key players like Brandon Aubrey while also preparing for the draft and planning strategic improvement on the offense and the defense. Fans are feeling many emotional. Some are anxious about the next season. Others are debating whether kickers should become the highest paid at his position. These are also questions about what happens if negotiations with Aubrey do not succeed. Is there a backup plan? Is a draft that is reportedly weak at kicker replacing him would not be easy. At the same time, there is excitement. A new season brings new possibilities. Coaching adjustment, draft addition, and internal development could push the Cowboys closer to this year's championship contention. One thing is certain. This conversation around the Dallas Cowboys never stays quiet for the long. Whether it is contract drama, draft rumors, or strategic evolution, this team continues to dominate headlines. And as we move closer to the draft and free agents, expect even more developments. The situation with Brandon Aubrey is still unfolding. The offensive staff is defensive upgrades are being explored. The next few months could define the direction of the franchise. For the Cowboys fans, wait continue, but hope, debate, and anticipation are all part of the journey. The 2026 season is coming, and Dallas Cowboys season. One of the biggest stories right now is about their star kicker, Brandon Aubrey. He has become one of the most reliable and valuable kickers in NFL. And now his contract situation is creating a lot of attention around the league. Reports says that Aubrey is set to become a restricted free agent in March, which means the Cowboys must act carefully if they want to keep him on the team for a long time. According to recent reports, the Cowboys have already made a historic offer to Brandon Aubrey. The team is willing to give him a contract that would make him the highest paid kicker in National Football League history. This shows how much the organization values his performance and consistency over the past few seasons. However, Aubrey's agent is reportedly asking for the even larger deal, closer to $10 million per year. That number is significantly higher than the current record for kickers, which was set by Harrison Butker of the Kansas City Chiefs at about $6.4 million annually. This difference in contract expectations has caused negotiations to continue for months without the final agreement. Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones confirmed that the team has been in discussion with the Aubrey since before the season even started. He explained that it has been a long journey, and although both sides want a deal, they have not yet reached a number this satisfies everyone. Still, the Cowboys clearly want to keep Aubrey and finish the deal as soon as possible. The timing of this situation is extremely important. Free agency is scheduled to open in March 11. And if the Cowboys do not agree on long-term contract before that date, there is a risk that other teams could try to sign Brandon Aubrey. Even if true, he is a restricted free agent, other franchises could still present strong offers that force Dallas to match or make a difficult decision. That is why securing an extension before free agency begins would remove a major risk for the Cowboys' off-season plans. Even if the two sides do not finalize a long-term extension, the Cowboys still have several options to keep Aubrey in Dallas for at least 2026 season. One option is placing a one-year tender on him as a restricted free agent. A first-round tender, which is estimated to be around $8.02 million, would make it very difficult for another team to steal him away. Any team that tries to sign him would have to give up major compensation, which discourage most potential suitors. Originally, the franchise tag could have been another tool for the Cowboys, but team has already indicated that they plan to use the franchise tag on wide receiver George Pickens. Because of the decision that must rely more heavily on restricted free agents rules and contract negotiation to secure Aubrey's future, this adds even more pressure to reach an agreement quickly. Looking at his on-field performance, it is very